Diddy have on tape, he taped everything. He taped everything and taped everybody. In his trial, it came up. What came up in his trial? It came up that his assistant was right there. And Diddy told him, "You want to show your lawyer to me?" Gave him a condom and told him to sex the girl right there. He asked the girl, was she all right there? She said, yeah. That's crazy, bro. So now, you think certain politicians, you think certain actors, actress, they drinking, smoking, we know they love pink cocaine. You know they got weed all in the air. They dropping ecstasy pills, they dropping some other kind of sexual pill. Man, do you think he ain't got nobody on tape, bruh?
Gene Deal just dropped a massive bombshell, and it's got everyone talking. He said Diddy's downfall might not just be about those legal charges, it's way deeper. According to Gene, the real reason behind Diddy's takedown could be the secret tapes he had stashed away. Gene claimed that Diddy had a habit of recording everything and everyone who stepped foot into his wild parties.
You think they didn't log those tapes? Why did they, hold up. Yo, I just caught a jewel. They used the tape that Cassie sent them, that Cassie had. They used the tape that Cassie had that they showed to the jurors. Why do you think they didn't use the tape that they got from Diddy house? Because that would have them had to log that in. It would have been public record. And at one given time, when it's a public record out of this trial, you could go see it. You could go get those tapes, copies of those tapes, because it's public record.
These weren't your average get-togethers either. Gene said they were the parties everyone wanted an invite to. Rappers, ball players, and A-list celebs packed the place, living it up while the cameras allegedly rolled. He painted a picture of pure chaos, people drinking, smoking, and allegedly doing way more behind closed doors. Gene dropped another jaw-dropper. He said Diddy might have had compromising footage of politicians, actors, and other high-profile people. That's some serious leverage. He even reminded everyone that if Diddy could allegedly try to blackmail Cassie for just $20,000 over some tapes, imagine the kind of pressure he could put on way more powerful people. In Gene's words, some of these big names probably had no choice but to keep doing business with Diddy just to make sure their secrets stayed buried. He also pointed out that when the feds raided Diddy's home, they didn't just grab random stuff. They took computers and tapes. But here's what's strange. Gene questioned why those tapes were never shown in court. Instead, the only video used was the one linked to Cassie's case. Gene believes that's because if Diddy's personal tapes ever made it into evidence, they'd become public record, and that would mean anyone could request copies. The thought of that going public, that would shake Hollywood to its core. Gene didn't stop there. He dropped another shocking detail that made everyone raise their eyebrows. He pointed out that one of the prosecutors working on Diddy's case suddenly retired right after the federal raid. That timing had Gene convinced that something shady might have gone down behind the scenes. He suggested that there could have been serious outside pressure, maybe even from powerful figures trying to keep certain names out of the spotlight. And now, every single day, more and more names keep popping up in connection to Diddy's mess. From new lawsuits to breaking headlines, it's like a never-ending chain reaction. But the big question is, why are some of the most powerful couples in Hollywood trying so hard to back away? What are they so scared of? Even crazier, a top athlete's name somehow got dragged into the mix and people are wondering how he even ended up there. Then there's this one rapper who just won't stop defending Diddy no matter what. Fans are starting to ask, what's the real reason behind that loyalty? Is it friendship or fear? People can't help but wonder if there's a bigger plan behind how everyone's reacting, or if this whole thing is just total chaos spiraling out of control. Because one thing's for sure, Jay-Z and Beyonce have been moving fast to create distance from Diddy ever since those allegations hit the internet. But that's wild when you think about it. Jay and Diddy go way back. They've got decades of history together. Jay came up in Brooklyn while Biggie was on the rise, and Biggie was the one who helped push Diddy's career in the early 90s. Over time, Jay and Diddy even teamed up on tracks like Young G's from Diddy's 1997 album No Way Out, and I Know What Girls Like from Jay's early work that same year. That's real history. But right now it looks like loyalty is fading fast. Looking back now, some of those old connections between Jay and Diddy are starting to feel a little unsettling. What once looked like powerful friendships now seem a bit suspicious, especially after everything that's come out. Both Jay and Diddy started from the bottom, two hustlers from humble beginnings who built massive empires out of nothing. They climbed the ladder, built fashion labels, launched liquor brands, and made major business partnerships that turned them into billionaires. But now, those same empires might be standing on shaky ground. And here's the chilling part. Gene Deal said Diddy being the one caught up in all this might be more dangerous than people realize. Because if Diddy decides to talk, he could knock over a whole line of dominoes that might take down huge celebrity names and powerful brands. It's like one move could set off a chain reaction that ends a lot of careers. Things really exploded back in November 2023 when Diddy's ex, Cassie Ventura, filed that explosive lawsuit accusing him of multiple serious crimes, including assault and trafficking. That's when the public started asking who else might have known something. Jay and Beyonce's names started floating around because they were often seen hanging out with Diddy and Cassie at events and parties. Fans began whispering, did they see things firsthand or were they kept in the dark? Then, out of nowhere, a wild conspiracy started blowing up on TikTok. People were saying that some celebrities might be publicly thanking Beyonce as a way to stay on her good side, almost like a secret signal to stay protected. One viral example came in October 2024 when JoJo Siwa randomly shouted out Beyonce during an award show, saying she wanted to keep the dance community safe. That one comment had everyone's eyebrows raised. Was it just a compliment or something way deeper? Now the internet's in full detective mode and things are getting wild. People are digging deep into old clips, interviews, and photos, trying to spot who might have known what when it comes to Diddy's secret world. Some fans are even claiming that Jay and Beyonce's sudden silence isn't just no comment energy, it's strategic. They're saying the couple is doing everything possible to clean up any trace that links them too closely to Diddy's circle. There are even rumors flying around that Beyonce's team has been going into overdrive, scrubbing old pictures, canceling joint projects, and keeping her brand squeaky clean. One insider claimed that nobody wants to be in the blast zone if Diddy starts naming names. And honestly, that makes sense, because if those tapes Gene Deal mentioned ever surface, they could flip the entire industry upside down. Fans are pointing out that Jay hasn't spoken a single word publicly since the allegations hit, which is strange for someone who's usually quick to make statements through his music or business moves. Some think he's keeping quiet because he knows how messy things could get if he says the wrong thing. Others believe he's working behind the scenes, trying to make sure his empire doesn't take a hit from the fallout. Meanwhile, people online are starting to piece together timelines, connecting events from Diddy's parties to Jay's business meetings and charity galas. They're saying some of the same faces keep showing up in all the wrong places. The question now is, how deep does this really go? Because if even half of these whispers are true, it's not just Diddy's empire that's at risk, it's the whole A-list network that could come crashing down next. What's really shaking people up now is how fast the narrative around Diddy has shifted and who's getting caught in the crossfire. Every week, a new name drops and each one seems bigger than the last. The lawsuits keep stacking up, the accusations keep growing, and fans are convinced the surface hasn't even been scratched yet. Some people are saying the reason everything feels so chaotic is because there are powerful figures behind the curtain trying to control the story before it explodes completely. Social media has been buzzing with claims that a few big celebs are quietly lawyering up. Not because they're guilty, but because they know their names could be next. One insider even hinted that some of the most famous people in the world are in panic mode, terrified that their connections to Diddy might be exposed in upcoming documents or leaks. The paranoia in Hollywood right now is unreal. And Jay-Z's silence, it's starting to make headlines on its own. Commentators are saying his distance feels too calculated, like he's protecting more than just his image, maybe even old secrets. Beyonce, on the other hand, has been keeping things strictly business, avoiding interviews and skipping public events she'd normally headline. Fans think that's no coincidence. They believe both of them are staying low until the dust settles. But here's the kicker. If Gene Deal's claims about those mysterious tapes are true, there's no telling how many careers could crumble once the truth comes out. Some fans are even calling it the Hollywood purge, saying Diddy's downfall might just be the start of something much bigger. The question on everyone's mind now, who's next to fall from grace? Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through the entire industry. In December 2024, a civil lawsuit dropped that named both Diddy and Jay-Z in connection with an alleged incident involving a 13-year-old girl, an accusation so disturbing that it had the internet in total disbelief. The claim said it all went down back in 2000 at an after-party for the MTV Video Music Awards. Both men came out swinging, flat out denying the allegations. Jay's company, Roc Nation, didn't mince words either. They blasted the claims as idiotic and heinous, accusing the lawyer who filed the suit of trying to blackmail Jay for money and clout. It was pure chaos online. Fans, bloggers, and media outlets were all scrambling to make sense of it. But just when things seemed like they couldn't get messier, the case took a dramatic turn. By February 2025, the accuser withdrew the lawsuit, admitting there were major inconsistencies in her story. She reportedly told private investigators that Jay didn't do what was claimed and that she had felt pressured by her own lawyer to move forward with the false accusations. That twist flipped the narrative overnight, leaving people wondering who was really pulling the strings behind the scenes. Jay didn't let it slide. He hit back with a defamation countersuit against both the accuser and her lawyer, claiming the timing of the case humiliated him publicly and even brought threats to his family's safety. That legal move reignited talk about Jay and Diddy's alleged reputation for handling problems their own way. Some say they're known for intimidating or silencing people who try to cross them. And adding another twist to Jay's legacy, there's long been speculation that he was the one who secretly helped expose R. Kelly's crimes to the world years ago. Whether that was about justice or strategy, people still debate. But one thing's clear. When it comes to power plays in the music game, Jay knows exactly how to move. While most celebrities are running for cover and cutting ties, Kanye West is out here doing the complete opposite. Instead of backing away from Diddy, Kanye's doubling down with full-blown support, and it's confusing everyone. Their relationship has always been complicated, and this new chapter just adds more fuel to the chaos. Back in 2020, Kanye shocked the crowd at the BET Awards when he called Diddy his favorite artist. But not long after, their friendship hit a wall. Diddy publicly criticized Kanye for releasing those controversial White Lives Matter shirts, and Kanye didn't take it lightly. He clapped back hard, leaking private messages, airing dirty laundry in interviews, and taking jabs that had fans gasping. But now the tables have turned again. Kanye's done a full flip and is suddenly one of Diddy's loudest defenders. Ever since Diddy got locked up in the MDC Brooklyn facility, Kanye's been publicly calling for his release. He's been urging other artists to stand with Diddy and claiming the system is targeting powerful black men in the industry. He even posted a clip saying, "Real from the front line, you know what I'm saying?" showing he's not backing down anytime soon. And Kanye's not the only one with old ties to Diddy. Jennifer Lopez's name keeps getting dragged back into the mix. She and Diddy dated from 1999 to 2001, and their relationship was all over the tabloids. In December 1999, the two were caught up in a New York nightclub shooting that left 3 people injured. Reports said Diddy got into an altercation with a Brooklyn gangster, and one victim accused him of pulling the trigger. J-Lo was arrested too, but the charges against her were dropped fast. According to Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal, J-Lo should have never been dragged into that mess in the first place. The case became one of the biggest scandals of the early 2000s, splashed across every headline. In the end, Diddy and his bodyguard were acquitted in 2001, but his young associate Shine took the fall, getting sent to prison. Years later, Shine claimed he'd been set up and blamed Diddy's legal team for letting him take the hit. That betrayal still haunts the hip-hop world to this day. Since then, Jennifer Lopez has stayed mostly out of Diddy's orbit, though she's admitted in interviews that she learned a lot from him during their time together. She's been careful to avoid the spotlight on this drama, but in 2024, J-Lo dropped a documentary that caught everyone's attention. In it, she revealed that she'd been mistreated in a past relationship. She didn't name anyone directly, but fans and media quickly linked her statements back to Diddy. Then there's Usher, who has also spoken in older interviews about how Diddy exposed him to some questionable situations when he was just starting out in the music world. Even though he's remained mostly quiet recently, whispers about his past past experiences continue to circulate, adding fuel to the controversy. While many of the famous names tied to Diddy's past are now publicly denying any wrongdoing, there's plenty of paperwork making waves behind the scenes. Lawsuits, affidavits, and detailed reports are surfacing that connect certain celebrities to Diddy's wild parties and alleged behavior, keeping the story alive and the speculation intense. Legal experts are saying that this trial could become a turning point for the celebrity world, possibly reshaping how the industry handles allegations against high-profile figures. Fans are asking, will Diddy's case open the door for other big names to find themselves in the courtroom next? The drama is far from over, and everyone's watching closely to see which domino might fall first in this unfolding scandal.